Have you always wanted to have a fish pond, but you don't have a large space, you don't have a large yard, or maybe you're renting and you don't feel comfortable digging a big hole in the ground and putting a pond in? Well, today I'm going to talk all about my patio pond here in San Francisco, where I don't have a backyard. In fact, here's my sliding glass door and here's my wall, and that's all the space that we have. So despite having limited space in the backyard, I've got a large-ish pond. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pond, the inhabitants, the filtration, and all that good stuff. Hey fish friends, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks. Now, I am outside. There is noise. There's a busier street that I live off of. So, if there's background noise, there's a park across the street. So if you have kids screaming or dogs barking or whatever, I apologize for the audio. But anyway, yeah, we're in my back patio, my backyard. I do have like a little fake grass area that the dog can come out and sunbathe and things like that. But back here, I built a pond. Now, I always wanted to have a koi pond. And for some reason or another, even though I've owned homes with large backyards in the past, I just never really was in a situation that I felt like building a pond or the timing wasn't right. So obviously with all of my fish tanks, I am super into fish, but I wanted to have a koi fish. I've always wanted to have a koi pond. And the last time I had koi fish was when I was a little kid and we had a fish tank and we had some koi in there for a short period of time. I want to pause right here and just point out that I am wearing this amazing koi fish t-shirt, which I really do love. This is actually a new design from our sponsor of this video, Into the AM. Into the AM is a team of artists and creators that formed an apparel company to share a common vision of developing premium apparel that elevates self-expression while focusing on comfort by using the highest quality materials and eco-friendly inks. Into the AM has dozens of cool designs to choose from, covering many categories including t-shirts and tank tops, hoodies and jackets, hats, and even joggers and shorts. Use the link and discount code below to shop at Into the AM and find your clothing piece to express what drives you. So this is basically a 500-gallon pond. It's a DIY build that I made out of plywood, 2x4s, pond liner, and it's 8 feet long, it's 4 feet wide, it's 2 feet tall, and then I've got a giant filter there that you can see where the water is pumped up and trickles through all the media. So we'll talk a little bit about the filtration a little bit. As far as building this, it was basically just building a very strong wood box with a pond liner on the inside. And that was pretty easy. If you've built aquarium stands before, if you've done any kind of, built a workbench or something like that, something that's sturdy and strong, basically that's what I did. The difference here when I made this is I just made sure that I had a lot of strength to keep the pressure from bowing out. So both on the bottom and on the top, there's 2x4s wrapped around that help to prevent any type of bowing, and I have zero bowing on this. And I also built a cross brace with a 2x4. So there's a 2x4 that runs roughly across the middle, and that allows the top to also have a little bit of extra bracing. So yeah, that's what I did. I built it all right here on the patio. Not a lot of working space, but I made this a couple of years ago, maybe about 3 years ago. I want to say I built this in 2019. But recently in my fish tour video, my fish room tour, whatever, all my aquariums, we talked about this briefly, and a lot of people wanted to know more about the pond. So in here, I do have one koi fish, and I have 7 goldfish in there. I've got some shabunkins and some common goldfish. Now, originally I thought that I would only be able to keep the koi fish for a short amount of time, grow it out to a couple feet or so, and then take it to rehome it to a larger pond where I know they would take my fish if I gave them to them. But recently I learned from a koi expert, Zach Schmidt from koi.com. He spoke to the Aquarium Co-op Club and educated us on koi fish, and he's one of the premier koi fish experts in the country. He imports them from Japan. He apprenticed in Japan. Basically, I learned that, 500 gallons is fine to have a couple of koi fish. So I might even, in fact, maybe get 1 or 2 smaller ones down the road. I'm not sure, but for now I'm very happy with my single koi and all the goldfish, and they seem to all get along. And having one koi, I don't have to worry about any spawning or chasing or anything like that because it's just a one koi by itself. As far as filtration, I've got I would call this like a above pond sump or trickle filter. And basically what it is I have a pump down below and water is pumped up and it goes into this large basin tub thing. That tub is filled with media. It's got lava rock, and like the aquaponics soil, these little round things. Let me grab one. Had to wash the duckweed off of it, but you know, these little aquaponics clay balls. So these actually float sometimes. But anyway, so that tub is filled with media, and obviously there's a large plant growing out of there. Now in the past, I talked about like aquaponics, and I used to grow like lettuce and kale and strawberries and different things. And in fact, down below, like in the little grass area down below, there's actually like some strawberries out there because I kind of tossed them over the side. But anyway, I just got like a big like thrush water plant thing growing out there, and it's phenomenal. It does a great job of filtration, obviously tons of media for beneficial bacteria, and then that plant is just sucking up all the nitrates. So this water system actually is like the cleanest water as far as my aquariums and everything, just because of this giant plant just sucking up all those nutrients. And I really don't have to do water changes very often. Maybe once every 3 or 4 months, I'll do a little bit of a little cleaning, and then just topping off from evaporation. And of course, in the wintertime, there's rain. So that filter sits on top of a stand that I built out of 2x4s and plywood. Everything is treated with like a deck sealant, basically, to just keep it a little bit safer from the elements. But I've had this thing running for over 3 years now. I guess we're going on, yeah, about 3 years now, and it's been great. It's been solid. I love this thing, and I like to come out here, usually like in the daytime when the sun is shining down right here, and we'll just sit and I'll feed my fish, and they'll kind of like nibble or eat out of my hand. So it's just a real fun thing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share this little backyard pond. It's not even a yard, my patio pond, and just share with you that if you don't have a lot of space, you can still do things like have koi fish. You can still have a little pond in your patio, backyard, wherever you might be. So obviously, being in a rental, you know, I'm not digging a hole. I could easily, you know, drain this, take it apart, put this in the dumpster, and you know, obviously rehome the fish first. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just kind of a fun place to hang out and just have that water outside. I just love to hear the water. I can hear the water trickling at nighttime, and just hitting the water. So yeah, it's a lot of fun just to hang out here. The dog will come out here, sunbathe, and I'll just kind of hang out, sit here, feed the fish for a little while. Got my little bonsai trees. So anyway, for those of you that wanted to know more about my patio pond, there you go. It's probably hard to tell on camera, but it's 8 feet long, right? So that's a lot of, obviously I could lay in there because I'm not 8 feet tall. I could fully submerge in there. And I've actually thought about it, like on really hot days, like, oh, I could just like sit in there and like just put my shorts on and sit there to like up to my chest and chill out in the cold water. So maybe I'll do that in the future. Maybe that might be a fun video. But otherwise, yeah, I've got floating plants. And then back there, you might see that thing. That is it's not empty. It's a 10-gallon tank that I had laying around. And that has Daphnia, my Daphnia culture, which is a great, easy live food. I got that culture 3 or 4 years ago, and it's never crashed, and I've always had Daphnia growing in there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked this little pond video. Hopefully this inspired you maybe to build something. It's summertime right around the corner, so it's summertime, summer fun. So yep, give this video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you on the next one.